Hey kids, so listen, I think I just want to walk you through my thinking. I mean, I don't know if you're a brand new coach in the page or not. I'm actually talking to the coaches that have been around a while, and kind of letting them know like with this revive group and with the new basics that we're doing, sort of what's going on through in my head, what my thinking has been. I mean, I spent several months just trying to wrap my brain around how can we just make this easier for people, because at the end of the day, I mean, truly. We want to help people and we want to make money. I mean, that's the two basic things that we desire. All of us have fallen in love with the community. We've fallen in love with the company. And it really is, I think one of the things that we have been missing, I mean, we talk about starting challenge groups and we talk about, inviting people to be coaches and all that stuff, but we've never really been in a rhythmic pattern together. Okay. I really, when I went to Summit this year, my biggest goal was to just get a plan from some of these coaches whose teams are just crushing it, and who are helping a lot of people. Stephanie Chico talked about her calendar of events. And so Stephanie gave me a lot of her personal time. We chatted back and forth. I sat down with this guy, David Atkins, who's a personal friend of mine, and his teams have grown, tremendously. He went from 50 coaches to 1,500 coaches in a 2-year period. And so, and the one common thread that I've really found is that they start challenge groups together. They're on a schedule of events. And that's one thing that we've been missing. So I just have to take a step back and say, look, whatever we've been asking all of us to do, for whatever reason, we honestly just haven't been doing it, or doing it well. Some of us have. Some of the leaders in this team have really taken ownership of their groups, and I want them to do that. In the long run, quite honestly, I mean, it's funny. I was talking with Mike Ryan and Keith Callahan. Both of these guys have earned over $1 million in the business, but we're still trying to wrap our brains around some things. And I said, look, this is how I feel. I feel like I climbed a mountain, but there's a difference between climbing a mountain and then being a guide that takes other people up the mountain. And even though I've climbed the mountain, and even though I've gotten to, let's say, what I thought was the top of this mountain, I still have a lot of people on the side of the mountain, and I have a lot of people at the base of the mountain, and I owe it to them to just fully, take ownership of what we've done well, what we haven't done well, and it's time for me to kind of step up and lead those people, not in hopes that you guys will always require me to lead you, but in hopes that I kind of show you your way up the mountain, and then you do that with other people. I liken what the path that we're going down. I mean, let me just explain. So we have this Revive group, and there's many of you that have responded, and you're like, all in, just tell me what to do. We have our basics group that's starting. We have plenty of brand new coaches that are going to be in that. So here's where I'm going with it. And this is where I'm going, and whoever wants to go with me, that's cool. If you all are doing your own thing, that's cool too. I'm never going to be pissed at you for not following the path that we're now blazing. But it really is simple. I mean, it's, start a group, like a basics group, and then together 14 days later, we're going to start a 21-day fitness group. We're getting back to we're clearing out the clutter, all the crap. I think that we can overcomplicate this thing when really at the core of what we do and the core of the system that we're all about is helping people get started in fitness and health and weight loss. And then as they get results, upgrading them to coaches. But we've never had a systematic plan where we're building stuff together in the same rhythm. That's where we're going with this. So let me just kind of walk through that systematic rhythm, and then I'll explain why that's where I'm going with it. That's where we're going with it. So we start a group with you guys August 3rd. We're all going to start together. That first week, all we're going to do together, along with the basics group, is invite, promote, and where are we promoting? We're going to promote a 21-day challenge group, a 21-day fitness group. I personally don't care what program they do, but doing a program, drinking a shake, using the containers. But we're going to get people started in their health, fitness. That includes us. We're going to commit to doing that as well. Personally, I'm just going to enroll people with 21-day fix or with size. I think more people are going to say yes to those two things, and those are the two options I'm going to give them. So even though size is a 30-day program, I don't care. They can continue the last 9 days, but for that 21 days, that's when we're going to be focused in a group with them. So the concept is this, all of you guys that are in part of this Revive and all of the people that are in basics together, we're all going to go out and find our 3 to 5 people. Okay, so think about this. If we have 50 coaches, let's say, then we all go find 3. That's 150 people in that group. So that group's going to start 2 weeks after basics starts. So the first week of Revive and Basics, all we're going to do is invite, promote. We're going to give examples of inviting, examples of promoting. We're just going to start spreading the word. So it's your job to spread the word. It's your job to get your people to spread the word. But what we're spreading the word on is that group. So all we got to teach the new people is that step. We don't have to teach them everything. They don't have to know all about Success Club and all about team building and all that stuff yet. It's just give them one mission, have them go do that mission. That mission is to go bring 5 people into the 21-day fitness group, or 10 people, or however many they want, right? So that group starts on the 17th. We go through the first 2 weeks. The third week of the 21-day group is going to be conversion week. That's where we're going to teach people how to really just get in contact with people, look for the green light signals. We're going to be having a webinar that week. During that week, we're also going to be putting materials in there of us giving the challengers their option of either staying a challenger and repeating, or becoming a coach, either to save or make money. We'll be presenting that to the whole group, and showing our basics people, how to get back in contact one-on-one. The whole idea, though, is this, that we're going to be instead of giving them facts and information together, guys, we're all going to be doing the same activity in the same rhythmic pattern. So we're going to be inviting, promoting, creating a prospect list, then following up with that list to get people enrolled, right? Getting those people enrolled, that's a whole week deal, getting them enrolled and getting them set up to start the group. And then taking care of those people through the first 2 weeks of that group, and then converting those people to coaches. And then once we go through that, guess what? It's time for the very next month. Now all of a sudden we're back into a basics starting on September 6th. And it's the same pattern. It's a 5-week pattern, really. And so I've got everything, mapped out from now through the end of this calendar year. The whole idea, guys, is this, let's just go build a group. Let's get back to the core of what we do. And the reason why all of us freaking said yes to this damn thing in the first place, which is let's just go start a group together. Let's go have fun together. Let's just go focus on fitness and health together. Let's and then let's learn how to help people through that process, and then how to upgrade to coaches and convert people to coaches. Because I think once you guys and once the new coaches go through a cycle of that, then they get the whole thing. That's really all we really ever have to do. I think it's easy to get lost in all of this elevated stuff, like building your social media brand and all that stuff. Let's just master these first steps. Let's learn how to feed the paint, shoot the layups, hit the free throws. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'm looking forward to it, because now I'm hoping that we get at least 150 challengers together. I mean, I'll never find 150 myself. You'll never find 150 yourself. But if we got 50 people that all find 3, that's 150, right? So that's 150 new people that potentially can become coaches the following month. And we'll just step by step walk everybody through this. So where that thinking came from, and the reason why is I was really thinking about, I don't know if you've ever watched or read about or seen the sport of rowing, where people row, right? And I thought, these teams are all built a certain way. There's one coxsman. That's the captain that sits up front, and that coxsman is announcing the timing of things. He's saying row, up, row, up, row, and he's getting everybody in a rhythm, right? So everybody's oars are going in the water at the same freaking time, doing the same thing. That's how they generate speed. That's how they generate momentum. But there's one person that's commanding the timing of everything, and the other people are following. So this is my idea, okay? Is to build an army of boat rowers, right? So together we got to go row this boat. Now, some of you may already have a team in place. If you already have a team and you already have several people that are willing to go out there and start a group with you, it's time for you to be the coxsman of your own boat and just get on the same calendar pattern. You're welcome to adopt my calendar pattern. That's fine with me. And you just do the same thing. Right now, I'm taking whoever wants to be in that boat, and I'm going to be the coxsman, but I'm also going to be rowing with you. I want you to know that I'm not going to tell you guys to go out and promote something and then not do it myself. I got to get back to the basics myself after 7-8 years of doing this. So, but I just want you to imagine, an army of boats where there's 100 coxsmen, all counting their team, all getting their team in a rhythm, all getting their people to row at the same time, doing the same thing in the same pattern of behavior, okay? So we'll always keep you guys posted. Hey, the next basics is starting now. The next challenge group is starting now. So so there's always going to be something to either promote, invite to, or follow up with, or convert with. So throughout the whole month, so week to week to week, but it's a different activity every week. I hope you guys understand that. So with that said, I guess in the long run, some of you may want to just, be the captain of your own boat. And I want to encourage you to do that. I don't want to have you feel like you got to do what Tommy's doing. I'm really doing this for the people that don't quite yet feel ready or don't have enough people on board with them where they can row their own boat, and they need a boat to be in. And so that's what we're doing. I've got it mapped out through the end of the calendar year that takes us into the new year. I'm going to be posting, I'm going to be putting together something and posting that in the cave so that you guys know what's going on. So every month we'll be starting a basics. Every month as a group, we'll be starting a 21-day fitness group. Every month as a group, we'll be looking to upgrade people to coaches. That's what I'm providing you. That's what this team is providing you. Anything above and beyond that is your own deal. But I just think that this is going to keep us focused on the building activities that we need to be focused on: inviting, following up, converting. Those are the three activities. At the end of the day, that's all this really is about, right? One is being a product of the product. So we need to do that ourselves. I'm ready to do that. I'm excited to do that. I've had a great week of working out. I've had a great week. I've had some of my own epiphanies. I'm ready to just, get back into that game and coming from a better direction. That's the first thing. The second thing is inviting, right? So what I've discovered is we can tell people to go out and invite, or we can give them something to invite people to and take the pressure off them. And all they got to do is go invite people to that. So that's what we're doing. We're going to create events that you can invite people to. Together, we're going to run it. Okay. Your job is to find the people. Your job is to keep in touch with those people. Your job is to contribute to the page with, whatever, Shakeology recipes, videos of you sizing it up, but keeping the page active and engaging and fun. And we're going to do that together. So I hope that you guys understand what I'm doing. Trust me, I've ran this by a lot of people that have done well in this business. And this is what I believe is the missing piece. I think that this is something that we need to get in this rhythmic pattern. We need to get on a calendar of events. There's still only going to be a once a month swarm call on the third Monday of every month, and that's just how that's going to be. There's going to be a once a month webinar that we can, in the third week of the 21-day group, we'll run a webinar. That's a week where our biggest focus is going to be on converting and upgrading people to coaches, and we're going to do that as a group. And the reason why is in that third week, if we can upgrade people to coaches in that third week, then they immediately go into basics, and their only job then is to go bring people into the next 21-day group. So it just repeats itself over and over. So with that said, I'm excited. I think that we don't need to outthink this thing. I think we need to get back to simple basics. And I think once we get back to simple basics, man, we're going to kick some freaking ass. And it excites me. I know that we've got a lot of great people on this team, man. I spent a lot of time with you guys at Summit. I've done a lot of one-on-one calls since Summit with you guys, and it excites me. Every day I say in my head, God, I'm so grateful, God, that you've given such great people to our organization. And I'm grateful for you guys. I'm especially the ones that have held the rope even when they got bloody hands, So with that said, if you're brand new, I'm excited because we're gonna ignite this thing. I truly believe that. I believe that if we do this and we stay the course with it, that there's no reason why next year at Summit that we can't, double to triple the size of our team. But it can't all. But some of you are going to have to be the coxsman of your own boat. You're going to have to captain your own boat. You can follow the same pattern. You can do the same thing. That's up to you. But if you've got at least 5 coaches in your group that are, I call it the power of 5. If you've got at least 5 people in your group that are willing to invite people to a group, it's time for you. You've got enough people in your boat. It's time for you to get them rowing. But we all invite to a group. We all convert as a group, right? Does that make sense? If you don't have that, then you should be doing it along with me and along with the rest of the team that's doing it here. And so you're never going to hurt my feelings by going and being the captain of your own boat. I want that. Okay, I'm over being the guy on the scene. I'm over like it all being about Tommy Myrick. I don't want it to be all about Tommy Myrick, man. I want it to where we've got a dozen of our own freaking people crushing it, and the rest of the network's looking at us going, holy shit, how did they make that happen, right? So with that said, this is my game plan. This is the offense that I'm running. I'm going to run it with whoever decides to play with that offense, and that's just how it's going to be. And it's going to be a run with the willing thing. So if you're willing, then let's just freaking take hold and lock arms and go make this thing happen. So with that said, I got a workout to get in. I haven't got my workout in today. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to be posting this calendar of events coming up. The content that's going to be in basics that you guys are going to do is going to look a little bit different. I'm going to be creating it. I might be leaning on some of you to help me do that. So anyway, I love you guys. I am proud of Swarm, man. I think we have some great freaking people with their own visions and the things that are going to happen. But I'm very excited because I feel good. I feel good about this. I really do. I feel great about this. For the first time in a while, I feel great about that plan. So I love you guys. I'm going to talk to you later. Peace. Hopefully we simplify this thing and make it easier for everybody so we can all win. Talk to you later.